right, SG. Hey, congratulations. Not really congratulations. After all, you've been writing the Last Lumenian series for quite some time, but now you have an interactive fan series coming up next month. Can you tell us what that is all about?
Absolutely, Gig, and it's pleasure to see you. I'm so happy to be here. We have the exploring of the galaxies of S.G. Blaise coming up, which is a groundbreaking virtual event. It's a multi-series event where it invites the fans to come and join us virtually, globally, to explore the world of the seven galaxies, the world of the Last Lumenian book series, have fun, and receive exclusive content and never before seen behind the scenes insights.
Wow. So how is this different from like a normal Q&A session that authors usually do?
Well, Gig, we designed this event to be much more different than your everyday fan interaction, where it's a limited time usually in real world. Here, we have a chance to take our time, have the fans to drive the questions, to shape the whole event series based on what they want to know, what they haven't had a chance to ask before. And a lot of our fans haven't even had a chance to see us, meet me at these events because they are global.
I was gonna say fans don't have a chance. You've been everywhere promoting the Last Luminian series.
Well, Gig, we're dipping our toes into the international events. We went to London this year, and I hope to keep going and visit other European, conventions. But it's limited. Not everyone can get the ticket. It's not always convenient for traveling. So this provides this amazing opportunity thanks to Eventual, which is this cutting edge virtual platform created by Scott Edison Clay, the visionary behind this technology, who wanted to recreate the intimacy of a real world event while providing access to anyone globally and make it fun, make it immersive, and make it very welcoming.
So how does this eventual actually works? How did you manage to partner up with eventual?
Eventual and Scott, I met him one of these events through a mutual friend, and he has been creating this platform because he realized that not everyone has a chance. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I put my phone on mute and still it does it. And he created this technology because, during COVID, he noticed that these events fell away. And then, after COVID, it was slow to pick up and it was different. So he wanted to embrace their real life intimacy, but also taking their time. So this platform provides the author like myself and the fans to take their time to create this personal, fun interaction where they can really shape how they want to engage and what they want to know.
Why is this so important for you to engage and meet the fans out there?
It's very important to me, Gig, because I love connecting to my readers. And this is why I'm doing this. I love writing, but I don't just write for myself. I write for my readers, an audience who love the same things as I do. The Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Princess Bride, all these stories that create this excitement, this amazing feeling where we connect with the characters. We want to dive deep into the worlds. That's what I'm doing it. But if I don't have the readers, if I can't see their reaction, it's almost as if I'm doing it in a vacuum. And that is not fun. So every chance I have to connect with my readers, I grab that chance, Gig, and I embrace it because we're all exploring and enjoying this amazing, the entertainment, and I want to feed their souls, and any feedback from my readers just gives me that extra fuel to keep going.
What do you suppose is contributing to the success of the Last Luminian series?
The success of the Last Lumenian series is the readers themselves. And every time they tell me that they read the book, reread the book, they got new clues, new hints, they discovered new plots, it makes me so happy. And every time they ask me, when is the next book coming out? When we deployed, excuse me, when we published the comic book at the San Diego Comic Con, and they were so happy to see that this world is so much bigger than they thought. Because in the book series, you only see a limited amount of world building. I have hundreds and hundreds of pages of world building that I can't quite show my readers because it's not helping the story to be active and fast paced. So this event, this engagement allows me to show this world, to show them that there is such content to explore, to dive into, that they're gonna have a blast doing it with me.
When you interact with these fans, do they have any sway or input? Let's say, do you feel affected by their inputs into your world?
The input of my reader affects me and my excitement. They are the wind in my sail. They're the fuel. They're the ones that I do this, and it allows me to feel connected and allows me to have fun and just embrace this human experience of excitement, being entertained. It's like feeding the soul, gig where we get to escape from the reality of the harshness of this life and find common ground in these stories, in these characters, in these worlds. And that is just really, truly a unique experience.
Now, this fan experience, I understand, it's just not just Q&A. They Eventual has created other ways to interact, including polls. So all this guide the conversations through your series.
Absolutely. And that's what I love about this eventual technology that Scott Edison Clay created, is that it allows the fans to really engage, to really ask the questions. It goes beyond that meet and greet. It allows them to shape how this event's going to play out. We're giving them, a theme. The first event is the origin of the dream that will be in November 2nd. So they get to explore anything they want to know about, how these stories, how my childhood affected the stories, and why do I write these stories? And these are questions that often in podcast interviews, we barely scratch the surface. So now we have the time and space to really explore, and they get these behind the scenes, insights that I don't have a chance to share, as I haven't had a chance to share before.
Now, I understand you also have two more sessions after next month. Can you also talk about that?
That's correct, Gig. We have two more events. One of them is creating the universes that will allow the fans and readers to explore the world building, the diverse characters, and get a roadmap of how these stories became. And then the third one and the last event, which is going to be in January, is the Fantasy Realized, where we will celebrate the fans themselves and we will look at the future of the Last Lumenian franchise, exploring the potential in gaming, comics, and anything else that the fans would love to see.
Now, for each session, do your fans have to register for them separately or register them for once for all three?
I believe it's once for all, but don't ask me. We will have all the information, Gig, in the newsletter. My apologies. We're still shaping and finalizing some of these technical details, but I believe all the information that the readers and fans need will be in the upcoming newsletter where they can sign up and they get to know more about these events. So I'm gonna say once they sign up, but don't quote me on that.
Is is this a limited engagement when I say is there limited seatings with Eventual for this?
I believe that the eventual allows a bigger crowd than usual, platforms, virtual platforms would. So, we welcome everyone. The more the merrier. And I believe the first 100 signups, early signups, are going to get super exclusive content to make it worthwhile for their early participations.
Does it cost anything?
Nope, it's free of charge gig because we want everyone to be able to attend. And we want everyone to feel welcome and enjoy this amazing experience along with me.
Wow. And how long do these sessions actually go? Because Q&A with authors tend to be limited in time.
hmm I believe at least an hour in length, if not more. And we definitely want to pay attention to, is there more interest? Because I believe then we can go longer. So we definitely want the fans and the readers to be able to shape this experience, this virtual experience, by what they want to know and what they're curious about.
Can you tease us about the exclusives for those people who do actually participate?
The teaser would be gig that these exclusive content, as I said, never before seen, brand new collectible items, and that's all I'm saying. Well, collectible, digital items. So something to download to make it easy for everyone.
Wow. Now, if this eventual becomes successful, do you plan to do more of these types of events?
Absolutely, gig. When this becomes successful, there will be so many more coming the reader's way because this provides that bridge between the real life events and then, when you don't have anywhere, you don't have an event to go to. So I'm really hopeful. I'm so thrilled to be the first author to do this and so excited to engage with my readers and fans. I'm sitting on needles.
But despite this event, you are still going to meet fans all around the world. You said London, and you still talk to fans on social media, from my understanding.
That's correct. That's correct. There is a limitation, when you look at engagement with your audience that's in real event. When there is a line, it really limits how much time I can spend with my readers and fans, especially when we have returning fans and I can't talk to them longer than a couple of minutes. So that's always tough. And then when we're on social media, the content not always visible to everyone. So there's this missing out happening, whether it's the algorithm, whether something else, but it's not allowing everyone to really see what's happening. So there is this missing out. And I try to, and doing my best to bridge that so that everyone can globally involved and be part of this amazing experience.
Now, are you also going to address the future of the Last Lumenian with into other products? Because you mentioned comic books, and I understand even games is also going to be involved.
That's correct, Gig. The future of the Last Lumenian franchise is bright. We are working on developing tabletop RPG games, video games. We have a lot of plans for the future, and I'm so excited that I get to share this with my readers and fans.
Now, one of the things that was also brought up to me is fan stories, and I know authors go either way when it comes to fan stories. They either embrace it or they're against it. Which side do you fall on when it comes to fan stories?
Nick, that's a great question. I believe fan stories are the fans being inspired by the stories that they read, by the content that they read. And I want to embrace that. I want to inspire others to be able to participate, whether by creating images or their own little stories. And that is a very important part for me to inspire others because I was inspired first as a fan before I was an author.
Well said, well said. And I really don't know how you find the time to do all of this, honestly, but is there is there an upcoming book that you are currently working on? Because fans are eager. They're waiting. They don't want you to become the next George R. R. Martin, if you know what.
That's correct. Gig, I'm so happy to tell you that book five, The Eldrian Elders, are open for pre-orders and it will be published early December. And I'm already working on book six for next year. And the best part that you get to see hints and clues and Easter eggs in this book series, The Last Lumenian, for the upcoming nine-book series and the upcoming seven-book series. So I'm happy to report that I will be writing on my deathbed because I am not stopping one book a year as long as I humanly and physically can do that.
That is wonderful. So to line up all of this and to wrap things up, where can we get the information to register for your eventual?
Eventual registration was in a newsletter. We're also going to put it up on the website. We're going to have it on social media. And we have a website, sgblaise.com. I'm also on social media, on Instagram as sgblaise official. I'm on X as sgblaise author. Don't quote me on that because I tend to mix up the two. One of them is this, one of them is the other. And they can always DM if they don't have the link, and we will send out multiple reminders so nobody will miss out.
Well, you're always a wonderful conversationalist, SG, and I've taken a lot of your time already. I didn't want to go into, your background, your characters, all that, because why? Because people should register for your eventual and ask you the questions directly. So, SG, thank you very much for speaking to us about your interactive fan series for The Last Luminian. I will circle back and talk to you again about your upcoming books and series down the road, and we will speak face to face again.
I can't wait, Gig. Thank you kindly for this amazing opportunity. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
It's always a pleasure speaking with you too. So thank you very much.
Bye, Gig.